Podcast.
Early voting has started for the election for mayor of New York City. Early voting has started. Everybody knows that. And election day is November 4th. And I didn't hear no bells. New York City. I didn't hear no bell. It's time to put on your rally cap like the old days at Shea Stadium. Put on your rally cap like the old days at the old Yankee Stadium. And it is time to show this clown, this shyster, this smiley bullshit artist what New York really, truly wants. I don't care that you filled up Forest Hill Stadium. I have a sneaky suspicion that a lot of those people, not all of them, a lot of those people were not New Yorkers in Forest Hills Stadium. I have a real sneaky suspicion that that Forest Hills Stadium was filled up with people that ain't voting in this election. But we cannot underestimate Zoron the Moron. Le Moron named Zoron. Everybody needs to get out and vote, and everybody needs to get out and vote for Cuomo. It ain't perfect. He ain't perfect. I will guarantee you that I will do every single thing in my power going forward as a New Yorker to guarantee that we have a better representation in the next election come 2029. Here we are. We all know Andrew Cuomo ain't perfect. We all know Curtis Lewa needs to get out of here. Kung Fu Curtis Lewa. I say this respectfully, Kung Fu Curtis, drop out. We know you don't want to give back that campaign money. Hiya! Cat-loving Curtis Lewa. Hiya! But Zoron the Moron, Dick Stain Zoron Mandami, Pig Dick Zoron Mandami, the terrorist of Times Square, the asshole of Astoria, the Mussolini of Manhattan, cannot become mayor of New York. And let me tell you something. I was at a little rally downtown New York today at the Freedom Tower, which was rebuilt obviously after the destruction of the World Trade Centers on September 11th. And if you want to get humble, go down to the Freedom Tower. If you're in New York and you want to humble yourself, go to that Freedom Tower. You should go to that Freedom Tower anyway and pay your respect and never, ever, ever forget what happened on September 11th. And this person, Zoron the Moron, and I'm going to do it just like Zoron the Moron because he does everything with a smile. His mama and his dad told him to smile. Smile big. Smile, sweetheart. Smile your beautiful smile. So I'm going to do this just like Zoron the Moron. I'm going to do this with a smile. The person running for mayor, the person who is leading the elections for mayor of New York City, when asked if he condemns the term globalize the intifada, he said, and I quote, you know, and he did it with a smile because he does everything with a smile because he thinks that softens his bullshit. It don't soften your bullshit artist. It don't soften your bullshit. We read through the smile. This is New York. We sniff out bullshit artists. You are a bull artist, a top-notch bullshit artist. You must respect your opponent. And Zoron the Moron named Zoron, Dick Stain Zoron Mandami, deserves our respect because this motherfucker is a great bullshit artist. When asked, do you condemn the usage? Do you condemn the phrase globalize the intifada? He said, you know, different people He said, you know, different words have different meanings to different people. And I'm not going to say what I should say and what I shouldn't say and how if I say it, it says that. Because when we start doing that, when we start taking away people's, what they want to say, you started making it about a free speech thing. You bullshit artist, Zoron Mandami, I'm going to do it just like you bullshit artist. You smiling, lying, bullshit artist. When I was down at the Freedom Towers and I realized clearer than I had ever been, thinking about somebody that will not condemn the usage of the term globalize the intifada. Globalization of the intifada doesn't just mean an attack on Jews. It means an attack on Muslims who do not believe, do not bend over to radical jihadism. It means an attack on Christians, Catholics, LGBTQ, blacks, whites, Asians, Jews, free thinkers. It's not American. It's not safe. It's not democracy. And you won't condemn the usage of the term globalization of the intifada because you believe in that. Zoron, the moron, you smiley you. I could smile too, Zoron. I could smile and say that a lot of people in New York think you're totally full of and I could also smile and I could tell New Yorkers it is time to put on our rally caps. I could also tell New Yorkers, don't you smell what Zoron has cooking? Don't you smell that big pile of horse on a hot summer day that Zoron, the moron, has cooking? I know you smell it. I know you want change. I know you want change, and I know it ain't perfect. We must vote for Cuomo. You got to tell your cousins. You got to tell your aunts. You got to tell your friends who may not even be registered. You got to tell your friends who have given up. You got to tell your grandparents. You got to tell your parents, your neighbors who may have given up on New York. I don't do that anymore. Nothing's going to change. If Zoron the moron gets in, things are going to change, and they ain't going to be for the better. Things are going to change, and they ain't going to be good. We have to vote. We have to vote like the city depends on it. And we must defeat Zoron, the moron, Dick Stain, Zoron Mandami, Pig Dick Zoron Mandami. We must defeat him November 4th and starting today. Early election, early voting has started. We must defeat him today at the polls by any means necessary at the polls. And I see some of you on social media, what did you mean by any means necessary? And you we're calling the NYPD. What did he mean by any? I mean at the polls, we're going to defeat this. We're going to vote. We're going to scream. We're going to yell. These people that are like supporting a guy who wants to defund the police. A guy supporting a guy that wants less police, supporting a guy that thinks the police are a terrorist group. You're tagging the police because look what Michael Rapaport has said. He said by any means, you know what the I said? Watch the podcast. Try to take me out of context. You try to take my words, my disruptive words out of context. You're a bullshit artist. What is that? What does that smell? I smell bullshit. I smell a big pile of Zoron the moron's bullshit. I smell a big, steaming, hot, disgusting, drippy, wet, doo-doo pile of Zoron Mandami's bullshit. Dick Stain Zoron Mandami, Pig Dick Zoron Mandami. We don't believe you, mother. We don't believe you, mother. The other day, he made a big pledge. He was out there, I am a Muslim. And as a Muslim, let me tell you something, homeboy, you ain't the first Muslim in New York. If you're born and raised in New York, we grew up around Muslims. We grew up around Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Hindus, Arabs, Catholics, Christians, Jews. And the most of us, we all get along just fine. Of course, there's anti-Semitism. You know about anti-Semitism, right? You're talking about the Islamophobia? What about was going on in New York for the last 2 years up at Columbia that you were screaming about, that your people were screaming about, screaming in the face of Jews, and you're talking about, well, after 9/11, my aunt, she got harassed on the train when she was on the train with her hijab. We don't believe you. We have fact-checked that. Where's your aunt at, Duke? We want to see a picture of your aunt in a hijab. Bring your aunt out to a press conference. We don't believe you. We think you Juicy Jesse Smollett that. We think you made that shit up. I don't think your aunt was harassed. Obviously, people have been harassed. There's Islamophobia, there's anti-Semitism, there's racism, there's all sorts of prejudices. But I think you're making that up right now in the nick of time, right before the election, you fucking bullshit artist. Prove it. Prove it. You're talking about Islamophobia. What about the anti-Zionism that's been going on in this city for the last 2 years that you and your people were fucking elated about at Columbia University, that you and your people that were elated about outside the Nova exhibit downtown, that you and your people ripping down posters, hostages that were missing. So my aunt, fuck your aunt. Fuck your aunt. We don't believe you. We think you're making it up. No disrespect to your aunt. We think you're making it up. You're weaponizing Islamophobia. You're weaponizing being Muslim. You ain't the first Muslim in New York. We're comfortable with it. We're comfortable with it. Are you comfortable with Zionists in America? Are you comfortable with Zionists in New York? You said you're anti-Zionist. Talking about Islamophobia. Campaigning on Islamophobia. Not kosher. Not cool. Not believable, you fucking bullshit artist. You want votes. You want power by any means necessary. You're desperate. Because New York is a fighting city. New York is a comeback city. We're used to coming back from bullshit. Like 9/11. Tragedies like 9/11. That you won't even condemn because that was the actual globalization of the Intifada. And you want to scare people? You want to weaponize Islamophobia? You want to weaponize being a Muslim? That's your strategy? You're not a fucking leader. You're a bozo, a bullshit artist bozo with a microphone. Where's the proof? Where's the facts of anything happening to your aunt? Where's the proof? Where's the facts of any Islamophobia being put on you or your wife or your aunt? We know your father ain't scared. We know that Zoron the Moron's father ain't scared. He ain't scared in New York. He ain't scared in America. Zoron the Moron's father is a nasty jihadist supporting nasty anti-Jewish anti-Semite. Your dad ain't scared to walk around New York City. Your dad's saying crazy shit with camera on wax. Is the aunt that was getting harassed, is that your dad's sister? Because we know your dad ain't scared of shit. Because he says the wildest, most disrespectful, insane, anti-Zionist, anti-American shit with his face on wax. So what the fuck really happened to your aunt, you bullshit artist? I don't believe you. We do not believe you. You start blaming a whole religion, a whole group of people who pray differently, who dress differently, who have their own culture, and now they're the enemy? Get the fuck out of here. You're not tough. You're not brave, Zoron the Moron. Okay? And you're not protecting anybody. You're weaponizing Islamophobia to get fucking votes. It's disgusting. And you're stroking paranoia. You're stroking and building a fire of paranoia and fear in New York City to get votes for yourself, you fucking bullshit artist. This is for you. You're not getting people frozen rent. You're not getting people free anything. You're a fucking liar, a fucking con artist. And we're going to fight you tooth and fucking nail. And I am hoping I wake up on November 4th, 2025, and I can go like this. You thought you had it, you fuck. You thought you had it. Fuck you. Vote like your life depends on it. Vote like the city depends on it. Because unfortunately, it fucking does. And like I said, I know Cuomo ain't perfect. I ain't perfect. Trump ain't perfect. You ain't perfect. My wife ain't perfect. I'm whispering that. My kids ain't perfect. My parents ain't perfect. We're certainly not gonna get a perfect mayor of New York. Not this time. This motherfucker, Zoron Mandami, he's talking about change. It ain't gonna be the change for the better. It's going to be the change for the worst and the change for the scare. He's going to run this fucking city into the ground. I know it. I believe it in my fucking bones. I ain't scared of shit about New York. I love New York. I'm born and raised in New York. 70s, 80s, 90s. This fucking guy is going to come here and try some goofy shit. If he becomes mayor of New York, we must vote Cuomo. Period. End of conversation. It ain't pretty. Put on your fucking big boy pants, tighten up your fucking belt, and let's vote Cuomo. And let's shock the fucking world. I didn't hear no bell. Ding, ding.